We're here today talking to Sarah Holmes. Ms. Holmes is a candidate for District Court Judge of the 2nd Judicial District, and we're delighted to have you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us a little bit about Sarah Holmes and how you came to be where you are today.
Well, I'm born and raised in Washington, North Carolina. My mother's from Washington, my father's from Washington, grandparents were Washington, although my mother's family is from Hyde County. So went to Washington High School, graduated from there, and went to North Carolina State University. From there, after that, I got married, moved to Arkansas with my husband, and went to law school in Arkansas while I lived out there. I took the bar exam in Arkansas and decided that I was homesick and I needed to come on back to my roots, to North Carolina. And so I moved back here and took the bar exam here. Passed the bar, of course, the first time, and after that was accepted to practice law in the Eastern District federal courts as well.
What was your first job in the legal profession?
First job I went to work for a private firm in Fayetteville. I worked there for a few years, and from there I went to the public defender's office because I thought it was a good thing for me to do. It felt like I could help people going to the public defender's office, and I had folks who were advising me who said, this is a good place for you to be. And so I did that because I felt like I could make a difference.
After the public defender, what?
From the public defender's office, I was recruited to work as an assistant district attorney in the 7th District. And from there, I worked for a number of years working as a prosecutor. I enjoyed the work, but ultimately I felt like I could help more people, if I had my own firm. So I opened up a little private practice, no country club practice for me, just working to help people maneuver through the courts. I had so much experience in district court, superior court as well, but a lot of district court experience, and what I saw is that people are afraid to come into those courts, and I could make a difference for them.
So you've worked in district court both as a prosecutor and as a defense attorney?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
In terms of judicial experience, tell us what a magistrate does.
Well, that's what I do now, currently, have for 4 years. Been a magistrate judge in Hyde County, and what I do there is I hear probable cause on whether or not to issue warrants for arrest. I hear criminal complaints from the general public who have complaints, neighbor versus neighbor oftentimes, and decide whether or not to issue warrants. And I hold court in small claims, and that means that most of the time I'm hearing people come in and talk about the matters that are important to them that they're hearing without a lawyer. 90% of the time, no lawyers in small claims court. And these are people coming in and telling their story. And what I see with that is that most of the time people have never been in court before, they don't know what to expect, they're nervous and stressed about being there, and what I've learned is that you can talk to people, you can hear their stories, and you can treat people with courtesy and respect, and the court will function well that way.
So why would you want to leave that and become a district court judge?
Well, what I've learned is that I have gained some good experience, but I think I can make a greater impact. I think I can help more people. I think that I can translate what I've learned in the magistrate's court to the district court, where I will see more people and help more people to maneuver through this legal system that's complex and frightening and stressful to people who are coming in. And the truth is, most people coming to district court are not hardened criminals, and they're not evil people. They've made a mistake, or they have some dispute with someone, and they don't really know what they're getting into. And I think that I can make a difference. I think that I can bring integrity and courtesy at the same time while being fair and ethical.
Speaking of being fair and courteous, the Beaufort Observer has, well, we receive complaints against the court system quite frequently, but a number of those complaints have been directed against Judge Caton. Have you heard any of them?
You know, I hear complaints about things all the time, but the truth is that if you're asking me to comment on that, the rules of professional conduct and judicial standards really prevent me from making a comment or a judgment on things that have occurred in other courts, other courtrooms. I really cannot address that. I have to allow the general public to hear the matters themselves and reach their own conclusions about that.
Very good.